Okay, in this video we're going to be checking out the TAU-H5 frame from iFlight-RC. It's a 5-inch FPV racing frame. Comes with individual arms, as you can see here, 5 millimeters thick and obviously replaceable. And actually you can get replacement arms for the 5-inch, of course, and they have 5.5-inch and 7-inch arms available to make a bigger frame if you want. You have a 3 millimeter bottom plate here with both 30 by 30 and 20 by 20 mounting options. It looks like it's symmetrical as well. And then you have this very thin top plate. And then you have these two side plates. And I think that I guess notches into this top plate here, along with some standoffs. And these plates are all 2 millimeters. And then you have these locking plates here. I think they go in this fashion here above the arms, so this will sandwich the arms, and then these notches here will lock into the side plates. So it's a bit of a jigsaw puzzle to get this together. So I'm going to go ahead and put it together, and then we'll see what that looks like. And of course there's this TPU piece that goes between the two side plates. I think that gives a little bit of protection to the interior components. But I'll go ahead and put this together real quick here, and we'll see what the frame looks like. Okay, so here it is all put together. It was a little bit tricky figuring out how to get all the pieces together. They did include an explosion diagram that does show how the jigsaw puzzle is put together. One of the things I should mention is you can see here in the diagram there's no securing locking plate in their diagram here. And I actually used those pieces, you can see right here. This is the plate that's not in the diagram. I use that in the front and the back. And if you don't use that, then they do give you the shorter M3 screws. So I think I used the M3 12 millimeter screws, and I think they give you some M3 10 millimeter screws if you decide not to use this extra little plate here. So you'll save a little bit of weight, but I think I would rather use this to give me extra strength. But if you want to go for less weight, then you can go with that option, not use this plate and go with the shorter screws. I elected to go with the TPU top here. Obviously they have this, they've designed the side plates here so you can, at an angle, so you can put a GoPro on top with a slot here for your strap to secure the GoPro. There's this other piece here that has a SMA adapter hole. You can see there's one here for the TPU. So if you don't use the TPU, then this will notch into the side plates here. That's where that would go. But since I'm using the TPU, I'm not going to be using this little piece of carbon. Now the easiest way to put this together is to put the bottom plates with the arms together along with the screws and the locking plate and the standoffs, and basically assemble the bottom first, and then you want to take this top part here and put that together. Basically these two side plates, they will notch into this top plate here, which is a very small top plate, and I'm not sure if it's going to come on camera, but you can see that it notches in right there. On both sides they'll lock in, and so you'll have two side plates and this top plate here at 90 degrees, and then you want to put the standoffs inside the TPU. There's two more standoffs here. You put them inside there's like a slot or hole inside the TPU here, and one here, so there's two of them. And then you basically put the TPU in here, put the small M3 screws into the sides of the standoffs in there. That will basically hold the top together, and then you just slide it in from the top. There's going to be these notches that the side plates are going to lock into, and then you just screw down the top plate to the bottom plate, and that's pretty much the whole build. So overall, in terms of dimensions here, motor to motor is about it's about 212 millimeters. The front to back is a little bit longer. It's 152 millimeters front to back, 147 millimeters side to side. So a little bit of a stretched X, but pretty close to a true X. The overall carbon here is very top quality, like all the carbon from iFlight-RC. Very good cuts. As you can see here, there's no burring. The cuts are very clean. They've washed all the carbon, so no carbon dust on your fingers. That's nice, and they've chamfered the edges of all the arms. So yeah, overall, high marks on the quality of the carbon and the finish. The precision of the cuts was also very good too. You're going to find that all of these things slot in very precisely. It's going to be a very tight fit. It's not going to be impossible to get in, but you got to be very careful in how you line up stuff and make sure that it's lined up perfectly, because they pretty much have cut everything exactly to spec. So they used a very good cutter for whatever cutter they used for the carbon is very, very good. Okay, so let's get a weight measurement here. Just the bare frame itself, nothing else. Coming in at about 94 grams, so obviously not an ultralight, but definitely not a heavy frame. I think I'd say it's a pretty lightweight frame. It should get if you put some lightweight components in here, it should get a pretty fast build. So as I mentioned before, the arms are replaceable. You can get obviously replacement 5-inch arms, but if you want to go to a bigger frame, 5.5-inch arms are available. And they've also sent me the 7-inch arms as well. See here, much bigger. So you can definitely configure this in a variety of different sizes, different props and whatever. Obviously the center, everything is going to be the same. You're just going to probably have to change out your motors and your props if you increase the size. Obviously going to a 7-inch, you're going to probably want to go to a lower kV motor and or reduce the size of your battery, go from say 4S to 3S or something like that on a higher kV motor, something like that. So I haven't really done a lot of 7-inch builds. I might be doing a different 7-inch build, not even necessarily this frame. I have another frame coming. Maybe we might explore that a little bit more in the future, but if you have any questions about that, definitely let me know in the comments below. Okay, so that's going to do it for this review of the iFlight TAU-H5 frame. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.